Hello. So today let's do lab number 4, and lab number 4 involves like a lot of things, such as trimming and copying and rotating and other things, fillet, chamfer, mirror. You'll use line type and so on and so forth. So without further ado, let's go ahead and then probably I'll help you how you can draw the first drawing. So as you can see here, I'm going to start my work by drawing a rectangle, okay, and then I'm going to take twice the size of this 5.4, which is going to be 10.8. So I'll draw a rectangle 10.8 by 12.3. So I like to use the line command to horizontally 12.3 and the vertical 10.8. On 12.3 and then close. Once I have that, what I can do is I can draw the top semicircle. Okay, you can draw the semicircle that you see here, and then I can draw the two circles. So the radius of this guy is known, which would be half of the 12.3, which is going to be 6.115, right? So I'm going to just simply use the circle command, then I'll use the center point, and this is my radius, and then I have small two circles over here with radiuses of 1.8, right? So circle around here, it's 1.8. I'll do the same thing, circle 1.8. What else? Then I can fillet this with a radius of 2.6. So there's a command known as fillet. Then I need to give a radius val by typing R, and the radius is 2.6. And then I use I have a circle here. Then I can add a circle. You can its location is at a point where you have 7.8 up there, right? So therefore, if you want, you can draw a line starting from here in the vertical 7.8. I'm going to delete that line, of course, and I'm going to draw that circle from here with a diameter of 3.6. That means radius 1.8, right? What else? Now what I have to do is this lower part. So there's a line which is 1.5 with distance, 4.5 in distance, but at a distance of 2.3. So, but make sure that that line is the center of the circles is 2.3. So what I can do is maybe I can offset the line by this line by 2.3. Let me delete this. You can do so offset by again 2.3. This line is supposed to be offsetted, and then let's see, the length of this line is probably you can check it if it is so this is too long. What we need is you can draw maybe a line that connects this with this, and then probably I can offset this by a half of the distance of the 4.5. so if I do this, look, if I use the offset command and if I use 2.25, and then if I offset this line to this side, and if I offset this line to this line, and then if I trim the edges, then I'll get whatever I want, right? So those are construction lines. You can go ahead and delete them. Then you draw a circle, let's say by with a circle of like 1.2 on both sides. So circle radius 1.2. You repeat that, call radius 1.2, and then you can draw line that runs from this quadrant to that quadrant, and then draw a line from this quadrant to that quadrant. So we're close to starting trimming. Before that, like, there is we need to have a radius of a circle, or with radius of 4.1, as you can see here. So circle, center from here, radius 4.1, okay, something like that. Once you have that, then there are circles that are at 120 degrees. You can rotate, by drawing that small circle, which is with a radius of 0.9. You can do that, and then you can rotate those two circles. Okay, so circle here 0.9. do the same thing on the other side here with 0.9. okay, and then once you do that, what you can do is you can rotate this circle by 30 degrees, right, in the counterclockwise direction, using this center of this line as your center of rotation. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Then I'll use the rotate command, specify the base point. The base point is this. Then I need to specify an angle, so which is 30 degrees. Okay, then I'm going to do the same thing with the other object. Select object, this guy, base point, this, then my rotation angle is probably -30. okay, why negative? Because it's in the clockwise direction. Once you have that, like, you can draw circles to here, but I mean, to have certain clarity, you can go ahead and then trim some of the work that you have done. So trim, going to select everything. Then this part is not there. This isn't there. This isn't there. This part of the circle is not there. What else? Are pretty close to completion. Then we have a circle here. The radius of this circle is going to be 4.1 minus 0.9. So 4.1 minus 0.9, and the other arc is going to be 4.1 plus 0.9. Why 4.1? This is 4.1 minus the radius of this little guy is going to be 4.1 minus 0.9, and that is 3.2. So draw like circle using this as your center. You draw one which is with a radius of 3.2. You do the same thing using this as your center, but the radius is 5. And then again you go ahead with your trimming project. So you can use the trim command. You can use this and this as your edges, and then trim this and trim that. What else? You may use the trim command again, and then maybe you can use this arc and this arc as your edges, and then cut this part and cut that part of the drawing. See, now you're pretty much done with everything that you need to include in here. Then the line types and whatnot, you can have them later. For instance, like you can change the line property of this. Okay, this line isn't there. I'll just show you, like for instance, can right click and you can go to properties, and you can see a line type is of course by layer, but we can change the line property. We can add, let's say, it looks like a center line that we had there. So center. Yep, we can use that, and then that's our center line. That's pretty much it. So that's the first part of the drawing that you need to make. And second one is from last week's chimney project. I already did it, but you can open it and then fillet and so on and so forth. Then I'm going to draw this simple drawing by applying most of the command, the mirror command. So I'm going to go ahead and then show you how you will do it. So the dimensions are 15, 24 and 60 degrees. So you use a line, then specify your first point. I'm going to use 15 this side, and then this side drawing is 24. Before you press enter, you go ahead and then change the angle to 60. So you switch from dimension to angle by just simply pressing the tab icon. So this is how I'm going to complete the rest of the drawing. I'm going to use the mirror command, and I'll try to do it. So I'm going to use mirror, and this is going to be my object. and press enter, and then first I'll mirror this vertically. Okay, when AutoCAD asks you like erase the source, no, okay, you don't want to erase the source. And then once you do that, then you go ahead and then mirror this object. Mirror this, then select this whole object, press enter, and then you would like to mirror this. We did it like in the vertical direction, and if we can do it like in the horizontal direction, you can do that too. Or if you mirror this at an angle of 45 degrees along, then maybe gives you a better option. But it's up to you, like which path to follow. So horizontal, so you have it like that. Okay, and then horizontal, accidentally I pressed took me back. So mirror, this object, and the mirror, you can, the best way to go with it is like you can mirror this in the horizontal. So I'm going to use the vertical now. Yes, I'm going to keep it. And then if you want, you can mirror this by 45 degrees line. So you can draw a line that you may probably use as your mirroring option. This is just a temporary line. I wasn't supposed to, so it doesn't matter what the length is. Then I will press a tab and I'll set the angle as 45. Then I will mirror it along that direction. So I'm going to select this, and this, and this line, and then I'll use the mirror command, and then of course my mirror is along this 45 degree. Okay, yes, I'll keep it, and then you do the same thing but now to the other side. Then mirror pretty much everything. Press enter. Now your mirror axis is going to be from here to here, and then of course it's a no. See, it's not really that difficult. You just simply you draw one, and then you just simply mirror the rest of them. Then let's go to the other drawing, the last drawing of today's exercise. So keep in mind, this is a huge drawing, as you can see it. Why? Because if you see the dimension, this is 30 feet, not inches. This is 32 feet, not inches. And the diameter of those circles are like 24 inches or 2 feet. And this gap is, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's a doable kind of work if you really try to apply, some kind of what do you call it? You can do it, but anyway, me go ahead and then show you how you can do this in a little quicker way. So then first I would go to units, and then I'll change the units to I'll keep everything, and then I'll go for international, architectural. because I want to enter my dimensions as much as possible, like in feet. So I'll make sure that like I'm far away from those two drawings, because they're really small compared to the other one. Okay, so probably then I'll pan them down to this edge probably, and then now I'm going to start with my my circle, and then diameter with a diameter of 15 feet, I mean radius of 15 feet. Okay, and then again circle starting from that same center. Here you are. And now 16. Yeah, if you just simply type 16 and press enter, it means 16 inches. AutoCAD will understand that 16 inches. So for that reason, I pressed a little too soon. So I'm going to do circle again. I'm going to find the center of that circle again. You know, when you hover the cursor around, then you'll find it's then 16 feet. Okay, once you have that, and then like, you know, draw probably a line. So if you look at it here, I'm going to draw a vertical line that passes like this, you see. Okay, so I'm going to use a line, and then I'm going to draw that passes from this quadrant to this quadrant. Okay, and then I'll make that line a little longer. Okay, and to this side too. You know, you can just by 1 foot or by 2 feet, but I'm not worried about that. And then if you see, this is a line type of center line, so I'll use center line, right click, properties, and then I'm using center line for that guy. Okay, then I'm going to teach you, you know, you don't see the center line nature, don't worry, that's because the line is too big, so you may probably would like to change this maybe to a value of like line type scale 5. Still 5 doesn't show well, maybe you can go with 15 inches or something like that. Then now it shows. So I'm going to teach you the different things here. The first one is something we call it array. Okay, array means like, you know, to have a certain object like in a very duplicate way. So I'm going to array this line. Look, I'm going to select that object, press click, and then AutoCAD is asking me what kind of array. I want a polar array. Polar array means like something that is like around a circular path. Okay, so this is my array center. Okay, so then once you do that, it tells you like select grip to edit array. Okay, so if I select this, it's going to set the angle for me. So I'm going to type 45 angles between those. Okay, you see, then pretty much I have all the lines that I need. All right, then once I do that, what's left is like the small circles. The small circles are with the radius of 12 feet, I mean 12 inches. Okay, so therefore I can draw one of them and then probably copy the rest. Okay, so circle, then right here with radius of 12 inches. So, and then once I have that, I will be using like, you know, the copy function. This is the little guy that I'm planning to copy, and then I'll go ahead and sorry, Control D. All right, so copy the object is this, and the base point is the center. Then I'll come here, copy, 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 copy. Isn't it amazing? Like, AutoCAD is just like, it's an amazing software. I really like it so much. And then the next part I'm going to do is like the stem wall, which is 6 inches width. So the way I do it is like this. I'm going to use the offset command, and I will use a distance of 6, which means 6 inches, and then I'm going to offset the larger circle into here. That's what my offset is going to be looking like. Then you will see what I'm going to do with this. What I'm going to do is like I would probably would like to trim, but AutoCAD is telling me to use something 2 feet to this side and 2 feet off this side, and then you trim that line. So the way I proceed is like this. So I'm going to offset this line by 2. So therefore, but the thing is, since I used the array command, then AutoCAD assumes all those lines are together. They are one family and they are inseparable, but I can use the explode command and then I can have them individually. Then I will use the offset command, and my distance is 2 feet, and then I'm going to offset this line to this side. I'm going to offset this line to this side. Then once I do that, those are like construction lines. I'm going to delete them. Then I'll be using the trim function. Okay, and I will be using this line and that line as my edge. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this inner line. Yeah, probably it needs to. No worries. I mean, we can also delete it. Then delete this, and then you change this line to different line properties, right? Dash lines. There are dash lines. Right click, go to properties, change line type, manage, because I don't have dash lines, and there I have the dash line. Then I'm going to make that dash line, the size of 15 gave us a nice dash line, so 15 is too much. Then probably let's go with 2. Perfect. You see, now I can offset this line back to here so that I can have a solid line down here, right? If you look at the diagram here for the stem wall, this line is solid, so I'll go with it. So offset by 6, and this guy to this side. Lovely. And of course this and this are deleted. Beautiful. Okay, so this is how you do it. So pretty much today's work is like that. I mean, there's a line missing here, I guess, if you nitpicking. There it is, and there it is. Lovely. That's it. Until next class, see you.